It has been well over a year, but the Nvidia Shield TV and the Pro version have finally received an update. Now, I would love to sit here and say this update will blow your mind, but that's unfortunately just not the case. But better than that, we're also going to go over in this video what is the future of the Nvidia Shield and whether they will release a new version sometime in 2024 or 2025. I make weekly videos helping people like you save money on streaming services and learn how to optimize their device. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, the best way to support me is by hitting that subscribe button right down below. So the last update was 9.1.1, and since that time we have not seen anything happen. But recently, as of 2 days ago, it is announced Nvidia is now pushing what we call a hot fix. So this is not a new firmware version, this is not an upgraded Android TV version. We're not moving from Android 11 to Android 12. Instead, they are making minor improvements to the update that already exists. So let's start by going over that list. All right, let's go over what is new with this update. And it has a couple things we have to check out. Starting with this first one, which is frame rate enhancement match. So I said that a little complicated. Matching frame rate is basically the ability of your device to match the frame rate of what you are streaming or what you are playing video on. So this is probably just a small little tweak that could make that a little bit better, basically, right? Very, very small. So this one I really didn't understand. Resolve issue with Shield drive filling up. So let me know down below if you know exactly what this means. It kind of insinuates that the Shield memory drive is filling up, but I mean, of course it would as you use storage on it. So I don't know if this was a glitch or something some people were experiencing, but either way they fixed it. Fixed the issue of no audio heard when headset is connected to controller and DAP is on. Nothing a lot of you guys would use. GeForce Now will not crash after launch, and I did have this issue a bunch of times, so that is a major fix. Some sort of HDMI 1.4 flag, don't know what that is, must have been a glitch with some units. Video distortion is now fixed with one of the display modes. USBs and hard drives should no longer show corrupted after being plugged in. So that is good. After hot plug, I'm assuming what that means, and I could be wrong, is plugging it in while the device is on. I don't know, I think that's what it means. NAS folder should now show the actual capacity instead of 0B, so just a little small glitch. Mounted storages aren't listed after upgrade, and I don't understand the purpose of that one, because wouldn't you want it listed if you mount? Anyways, that's a weird one. And then occasional crashes in DRM apps. So listen, when I said there really wasn't anything new with this update, I wasn't joking. It is very bare bones and doesn't offer a lot to you. So let's talk about why this is and if the Nvidia Shield is really still worth it. The latest versions of the Nvidia Shield TV and Pro model were released back in 2019, and a lot of the tech headlines indicated this was the future of streaming, and they honestly weren't wrong. 5 years later, we can still say without a doubt, this is the most overall powerful device that you can get as a streamer. And the price also bears that, with this being by far the most expensive streaming device as well, unless you waste your money on one of those shitty IPTV boxes. Now, don't just take my word for that. AFTV News actually keeps track of all the benchmark scores, which shows both max CPU and GPU. For CPU, Nvidia Shield TV 3, TV Pro 3, and TV 2 all rank in the top 5 of CPU scores, only being beat by the Fire TV Cube 2 and 3, which honestly surprises me a little bit, but the Fire TV Cube 3 is super underrated. That's not even accounting for GPU scores, where the Nvidia Shield TV, all 3 of those models, wipe the floor with everything else. And that's not surprising. This is a device that is also branded as a huge gaming streamer. In reality, as powerful as the Nvidia Shield TV is, you still need some sort of security backup when you're doing online streaming. A way to encrypt all of your data while you're on some of those popular streaming apps is to use a VPN. This creates an encrypted tunnel that hides your IP address even from your internet service provider and anybody else that might be trying to get at it. Since I work from home, I try to always run a VPN whenever I'm online. If you're interested in this, I have a link down below for over 80% off from IPVanish. It's the one I trust the most, and I recently did a speed test, and it actually improved my internet speed, which doesn't always happen, but it can, because your ISP could be throttling you. If you want to check it out, link is down below in the description. Thank you IPVanish for sponsoring this video. Now, technically, if we look at Nvidia's release cycle dates, this really isn't that unusual for there to be 4 to 5 years in between releases. For example, the previous Nvidia Shield TV model before the 2019 one was 2015, a 4-year span difference. And with the significant technology that Nvidia put into these models, it makes sense why they haven't released a new model. Why would they when their competitors haven't given them a reason to? I think the biggest question a lot of people want to know is there going to be a new device released? Because that probably makes all the difference on whether you'd purchase this one. You don't want to purchase this one in 2024, and then they come out with a new model directly in 2025. And does this new update really push to either way? I just don't think so. This really does just seem like what it is, a hotfix for simple problems that people probably constantly complained about. And this is a way of making sure that Nvidia fixes those small problems so they can continue to sell this device for the foreseeable future. I've been saying for years, if Nvidia made a stick version for $100, it would be the most popular device on the market. Realistically, until we get some leak from 9to5 Android or Android Authority, I just don't see any point of speculation. Something will leak eventually, or just one day it's going to pop up and there will be a new device. For now, this is still one of the best streaming devices on the market. I wouldn't buy one right now because I don't want to get in a situation where the new one releases, but hey, that's totally up to you guys.